Scarpins Avenue.
Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Sklarbro Country, the virus edition, aka High Angle, aka Two Jews, No Harm and Killabrews, aka Two Wolverines, One Quarantine,
aka One Egg, Four Legs,
aka Two Men, One Afghan between them.
There we go.
Aka One Salmon Couch. Pete Lee loves this salmon couch. I love our friend Pete Lee, hilarious comic. If you don't know him, go follow him on Instagram.
I just wish Pete Lee would get in touch with his feminine side.
Yeah, Pete, this salmon couch
Beckons ye.
This is such a salmon couch. My wife had to buy it as it was going upstream.
Folks, here's the deal. We, as you know...
Am I going salmon on salmon?
You are.
I'm like lightly cooked.
That's my favorite Bob Dylan album.
Salmon on salmon.
So what we do on this show, if you're new to it, is we try and give you 20, 25 minutes where we take a break from all of this madness, all the things that have you agitated.
What madness? What agitation?
All the things that make you concerned about your future and about the world. Those concerns will still be there in 20 minutes. We say, give us that little time to make you laugh, connect with you.
And that's it. Let me just say that when I'm done with this, I get to go home and deal with the fact that our internet is out for the next 9 days.
Folks.
That's the moment at which Spectrum can come back to us. It's not folks. They can come back to our house. So I've got two teenage girls. Our TVs don't work.
Jesus.
No internet. No nothing in our house. Like, we're going to be listening to a lot of records and we're going to be reading books, and maybe it'll be a great time for us to reflect. I look forward to it, but just come looking for me if for some reason you don't hear from me for a while.
Okay.
Because bad stuff happened. All right, let's get into this, shall we?
Okay. Taco Bell.
Oh, yeah.
You were once a haven for people to soak up the night, as Matt Bronger so eloquently put it. Now... you put your foot in the gorditas, my friend.
Did you put your gordita in your mouth?
Or let me be clear. One woman who claimed to represent corporate did, and as a result...
She claimed to represent corporate, or she just said
she
something and then she's
I think
part of corporate?
She tried to like espouse corporate rules, and so then, you know...
Yo no quiero Taco Bell.
Right. So I remember in high school, I think after parties, like Randy and I would go to Taco Bell and we would get...
20 tacos.
20 tacos.
10 apiece.
Each in a carrying case.
This
Five
is like,
hard tacos,
I'm
five
carrying
soft tacos.
the tacos that I will eat, and then at the end of driving home, this is what I'm going to throw up. All of these tacos.
No, but I think it was more like we were just hungry. I get that feeling right now. But yes, we were just hungry all the time, growing boys, and we could go ahead and hammer out 10 tacos. I don't know that I could do that anymore.
Nope. I probably could.
I don't know. I literally... it's been
Remember
so
the
long.
place, the Mexican place in St. Louis, Casa Gallardo?
So there was a place called Casa Gallardo. Look, St. Louis is not known for Mexican food.
Yeah,
so
there's
Taco Bell
nothing
was
Mexican
Taco
about-
Bell was like, "Do you guys want Mexican?" And someone would say Taco Bell. That's how Mexican St. Louis.
But then it was like, no, let's step it up a notch. Let's go to Casa Gallardo. I don't even know what a Gallardo is. Gallardo sounds like a disease of like a parasite that swims up your penis and just
that's
stays
what that
nearby.
is. It goes up the stream of your pee,
And it
in the Amazon River.
When you drink a little bit of poo, it's Gallardo.
Or now, when Casa Gallardo was a famous.
No, I'm
place
sorry,
to-
that's Giardia. Sorry.
Okay.
Anyway.
So Casa Gallardo was a famous place. Randy and I have always wanted to open a Mexican restaurant that also has live magic and magicians going around to tables.
Doing table magic for you while they make you tableside guacamole and then do
up-close
up-close magic, and we call it Casa Cadabra.
Come on. What?
Why is that not a thing right now? Please, can we make that right now? Casa Gallardo, truthfully, what it translates into, the Mexican to English translation is House of Diarrhea.
Yes, that is correct. I just remember we used to eat Taco Bell in the back of Matt Fott's truck, who I'm guessing he still owns that truck.
Yep.
So you couldn't get any good Mexican food, and Taco Bell was the spot. And I think that's the spot around the country a lot. So
yeah, for people who are like, let's get Mexican.
So in Youngstown, Ohio, where this thing happened,
you're not going to find good Mexican.
So there emerged a video of a woman in Youngstown, Ohio. I think she fired ultimately, but sent home a guy who had a face mask that said Black Lives Matter on it.
And he works there.
Yeah.
So he's working there
Let me just explain this guy to you. Okay.
Yeah.
His name is Denzel Skinner. You don't fire Denzel.
No, you don't.
he was fired for this horrible offense of wearing a face mask, protecting himself.
I want you to, in your brains right now, while you're watching this or listening to this, think about how long he was working at Taco Bell, and then
shout it out at your earphones, or if you're watching us on YouTube.
How long do you think Denzel Skinner worked there? Because in my brain, when I first heard this story, I was like, he's been there for like 2 months.
Or 18 months even. And you're like, whoa, this guy's been there a long time. Denzel Skinner was fired for the offense of simply wearing a Black Lives Matter
mask. So he is wearing a mask, which is a good thing.
After 8 years on the job.
I mean, if you're working 8 years at Taco Bell.
And he was
That's a little on you.
Shift leader, yeah.
Yeah.
You should be a franchise owner by
At
now.
this
I'm not. I mean, again, maybe that's the system keeping him down.
That's right.
And it goes back to our old buddy Sully McCullough. Sully McCullough, great comic. He did a bit. I think we've even mentioned on this show. He's like, it's real hard to get fired from McDonald's.
That's right.
You could stab your supervisor, and he would be falling on the floor, clutching the stab wound as blood was pouring out, and say,
"You cut me real bad.
You cut me bad, man." And then a pause. But I need you on that fry station.
Get on over there.
Go on over there. I'm gonna need you back there. So. Look, because fast food restaurants are always understaffed, and now more than ever, it's hard to get dependable, good workers there at that wage. And this guy,
Denzel Skinner, 8-year veteran,
was an 8-year veteran. 8 years at Taco Bell is like 60 years in the real world.
That's like 60 years in real life.
Dealing with drunk idiots late at night, all day long in some cities, probably in Youngstown, Ohio.
By the way, he should be able to wear whatever the hell he wants at his job.
And
Do you understand? If he wants to come in wearing a Ku Klux Klan outfit, and I know it's Ku, but it's Clue,
so
he should be allowed to do it.
He was told by a supervisor, and then when I heard this, I was like, "Wait, he's the shift leader."
Yeah.
So
he has
got
a
a
supervisor?
How many levels of management are there at
Christ.
Taco Bell?
This is like the Cosa
understand.
Nostra.
It's like the Church of Scientology. It's like first you're a shift leader, then
Now
you're a Gordita master, then you're in the Sea Org, then you slip over to shift manager. I don't know. So Denzel's supervisor told him, get rid of the mask, to which Denzel said, there's no rule in the Taco Bell bylaws, and I would trust this guy.
If you've been there for 8 years, you know the bylaws.
He should know. He should. That's
the high laws and the bylaws.
So supervisor tells him, not allowed to wear it. Fine. Then he says, okay, it's too hot in the Taco Bell because the air conditioning is not working. He's literally in a living hell when he's in there.
Jesus.
And he said, I'm going to walk outside. He says, if you walk out, you're fired.
What? 8 years.
So 8 years. If you step outside because you're experiencing too much heat right now, and the heat could have been coming from her. It could have been coming from the grill.
I think it was coming from her attitude.
No air conditioning. This is definitely residual anger, firing him for not listening to her when she told him to take off the mask.
So he did not take off the mask.
Right. And yes, she's white and he's black. Okay.
All right. That says a lot.
But this woman would rather he take off the Black Lives Matter mask than wear a mask in this place.
Rather
and be
you
safe
put people in jeopardy.
Okay. Taco Bell brass said in a statement that due to mask shortages, employees are allowed to use their own mask or face covering.
So they agree with Skinner.
Yeah. And then they said the most corporate thing I've ever heard. They said that they were disappointed to learn what took place in Youngstown.
By the way, that could refer to anything in Youngstown, not just at a Taco Bell.
We are the hiring of Jim Tressel.
That's right.
We are working with our franchisee that operates this location to understand what happened.
This to me is
it's the most clear thing to know what happened. Like we figured it out in 30 seconds. You don't need to have a long conversation.
What investigation do you have?
It's on camera. He's got the camera on him. You can hear her telling him.
She's white. He's black. She said, I don't like your Black Lives Matter mask. Take it off.
Then she found some bullshit reason to fire him.
He said there's no reason that there's nothing in the bylaws that says I can't wear a mask. And then
he said, I'm going outside because I'm hot. And she's like, you're fired. And then she blamed it on corporate policy. It's a simple case.
That's it.
By the way, it's light outside when he walked out.
Yeah, it's not like he walked out during the 2 a.m. at post-party, high school party rush.
He knows. He knows what to do. He's been there for 8 years. He knows when you can step outside for a few minutes.
That's right. If anybody, I'm looking at that guy going, oh, can we take a break now?
And let's go back to Sully McCullough's joke. If this guy's willing to come back inside to a non-air-conditioned holy hell of Taco Bell in the middle of the day in Youngstown, Ohio, you better let him back in.
Better let him back in.
Let him do whatever he wants today.
That's not Taco Bell. That's Taco Hell.
Let him walk outside. Then Taco Bell continued. While our policies at restaurants do not prohibit team members from
Let me
wearing...
stop you right there. Calling it a restaurant, a little bit suspect.
Yeah, which we've always said.
Said this: if the tables are nailed to the ground and the benches are nailed to the ground, it's not a restaurant,
Right? If there are pictures of food on the cash register that you just press the hamburger button,
not a restaurant.
Or press the taco button, that's not a
Press the
restaurant.
gordita, not a restaurant.
Okay. We are working to clarify our mask policy so this doesn't happen again.
That is the most. I don't know
But what does that
means.
mean?
I don't know what it means.
So if your policy is we can't tell you not to put it on there, then that's the policy. So if you're trying to clarify it, what are you trying to say? Either you're trying to say, yes, you can have it on your mask. That clarifies it.
Yeah.
Or no, you cannot.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a Mexican fast food restaurant, and
Right.
not even a good one.
It's the kind of restaurant, if you ask me, that, simply because it's open at that hour, that's where you go. So, like, to me, this is the kind of place where, like, remember when Coors Light was like like a touting as a
Coldest beer.
Yeah, touting as a attribute of their beer that it's super cold.
Right.
It's like that has nothing to do with your beer.
No.
If you put it in a freezer, you can make it really cold.
Yeah.
So, but like that's what Taco
Our
Bell.
beer is so good you can't even taste it. It's so cold.
So Taco Bell.
all you taste coming down is the Arctic going down your throat.
So Taco Bell is the kind of place where you go there because it's open. Not there aren't
Not
a
because
lot-
you're like, I cannot
gotta
wait to
some
have this
Taco
cuisine.
Bell. We've saved up for weeks, guys. We're going
go
to Taco Bell.
Bell.
No
Thank
one is
God.
saying that, and that's not a knock on Taco
No,
Bell.
people. Here's how it goes. You're driving along, probably drunk. Now, hopefully not the person who's driving.
But someone in the car is like, I'm so hungry. Let's go to Taco Bell.
All right, I'm so hungry. Where do you want? There's
They're
a Taco
open.
Bell.
They're
Go.
open. File it under the types of restaurant where it's like it's late and you go, who's open?
They
Taco
are.
Bell's open.
Let's go.
Well, that's what we're eating. Okay. If that's the type of place you are, then you can't order employees around and tell them how to behave or what to wear.
Taco Bell said that they've apologized to Denzel and also made it clear that we believe that Black Lives Matter. Not that Black Lives Matter. We believe that Black Lives Matter, which leaves it open that other people don't
May not
believe
believe it, and we can't force them to believe it.
That's
and
right.
they apologized to him. Did they give him his job back? That's
Yeah,
what
I don't
wanna
think he
know.
wants an apology. 8 years that he's been on the job, like just give him his
2
job
more
back.
years. He should get gorditas for life.
That's right. 2 more years, he should be tenured.
Do they give tenure?
They do give
I wonder
tenure.
what their pension plan is like.
I
you
think
get
if you manage to work for Taco Bell for 10 years, they pay 75% of your salary for the rest of your life.
Well,
it's like
well,
kindergarten teachers.
Look, TMZ didn't.
They're
finish
like
their
kindergarten teachers, only slightly more respected.
That's right. Only they're dealing with slightly less intelligent and mature people. All right, that's our first story. We're in this world. We're wading into territory where people are interpreting the law on their own, and they're taking it in their own hands, and they're making dumb decisions, and you're going to get called out for
If
it.
you're going to allow a woman who's a supervisor
To a shift manager.
and I'm willing to bet that she wasn't there for 8 years, so he probably has seniority time-wise on
He
her.
should have gone over her head to the team leader.
Exactly. And then he could have gone over her head to the district manager.
Right.
And then there's just the whole stratification. All right, there's the first story. It's down in the books. We're going to take a break. When we come back on the other side, oh man.
We got rednecks in England.
We got rednecks in England, and we're going to talk about them. This is not View from the Cheap Seats. This is Sklarbro Country, the Virus Edition. Stay with us.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Want to remind people, hey, here's the deal. We are sitting in wait right now.
It's Monday. It's Monday when we're recording this, and they don't know if we're moving on in the Tournament of Laughs. If we are, if we're lucky enough to move on, and I hope we are, not next week, but the next week, 2 weeks from now, they would air our second bid, in which case, thank you to everyone who voted for us. If we didn't win, you guys didn't work hard enough. And I blame you guys. No, but if we get a chance to go back, you're going to have to vote again.
We need every vote.
We need every vote that counts.
This is a practice run for voting, okay?
Yes, just get in the habit of voting no matter how...
Get in the habit of voting for the right
come
guys.
hell or high
the good
water.
guys. All right,
That's right.
so here's the deal. We will keep you posted. We'll let you know if tomorrow rolls around and we didn't advance the next round.
We're going to be really pissed, and you're going to see how sad we are.
You'll see sadness in our eyes and in our voices. But if we get to move on and do more,
It'll be great.
okay.
Should we jump into this?
Let's do this last story. Rand, we mentioned it before. I didn't really know that there were rednecks in England. I thought
I
there
knew
were
that there were
dummies.
like dummies and like soccer hooligans, football hooligans, but rednecks too.
Racists. We knew there were racists there. But we just didn't know there would be
racism.
rednecks.
England kind of was like we
founded some
That's
racism
right.
over
That's
here.
right.
All right. So, and it's hard. I would say it's hard to tell if, in fact, you are an English redneck.
Is there a way?
There are ways to
There are
tell
ways we could possibly tell
if you
in fact-
are an English. If you've ever put ketchup on beef Wellington, you might be an English redneck.
If you refer to your manhood as the other Big Ben, you might be an English redneck.
If instead of milk, you put White Claw in your tea, you might be an English redneck.
If you just can't bring yourself to drive on the left side of the road because of your politics, you might be an English redneck.
Okay. Well, this story is about one of these idiots, and it's pretty fantastic. And no matter how she sounds or how regal her voice is,
She's still a dummy.
She's still a dummy.
She can sound like the Queen of England.
I'm sure she doesn't. Wendy Rowland, who if you told me that she wrote Harry Potter, I would believe you.
Wendy Rowland?
Yeah.
Or if you told me that she was in Destiny's Child, I would be like, maybe, right?
Yeah, I think
That's
she-
Kelly Rowland. Anyway.
If you've ever told a woman your Potter ain't the only thing that's hairy, you might be an English redneck. All right, so Wendy Rowland of North Wales, owner of Amore.
If you
I cut you hair.
If you've ever said I'd like to go in through her back Gryffindor, you might be an English redneck.
Okay, so she's not even Italian, all right? And she's owning a pizza joint. She got everyone upset when she
Didn't
posted.
pizza come from China?
I think originally.
All right.
When she got onto Facebook, and she said, "quote Come on, everyone, let's do it. Let's dress as Ku Klux Klan
Again, should be the
Clue.
Ku Klux Klan.
Who's joining us? No question mark there, you dummy. Let's stand our ground! Exclamation point.
I love that she knows how to use some punctuation,
but
and that
not
she doesn't
others.
know how to use
Nope.
others. No.
You really can't post that and not expect.
By the way,
blowback on this.
You can post that. Go ahead and post that, but you're gonna get blowback, and here it comes.
I don't know. Come on, everyone. Let's put a target on my back. I feel like that's what she's saying. With
Who's
these
with
times.
me?
Who's with me? Come
Come
on.
on, who wants to see me get my ass kicked?
And this was her attempt to combat the Black Lives Matter protest.
that's how it goes.
And this is how you know one side is right and
the other
one
side
side
is
is
racist.
racist. Okay,
Yeah.
on one side of the argument, you got people saying, "Hey, our lives matter." To
Right.
quote Michael Che, that's all they want. Our lives matter. Also, we just want equal treatment and we want to feel safe at night.
So that's on one
it.
side. On the other side, it's saying, let's turn this into a racist Halloween and dress like racist ghosts.
Yeah, racist terrorist ghosts.
Yep.
All right, your weaknesses are exposed
That's
by this time. So she made the comments while arguing that the name of the Caernarfon pub, the Black Boy, I know I probably mispronounced that, should remain instead of changing the name the Black Boy, while urging people to come over from her native Cheshire to help defend the town's history.
Quote history.
I don't think the Cheshire folks want anything to do with you.
Even if they're smiling, because you know that smile can be a little deceiving.
I don't often say this, but I don't say shut up and dribble to a lot of people, but stick to pizza.
That's right. Keep it on the crust, baby. Keep it on the crust.
And I got news for you, okay? Nobody in England cares about the name of their pub.
Nobody.
All right? Is the director's beer warm? Is there a football match on the telly?
That's all that matters.
That's it.
Is there are there 3 cigarette machines in there? Because
That's
everyone's
it.
still smoking.
Everyone's
There
still
you go.
smokes. That's all that matters. Then once she realized she stepped in it by saying this, she tried to damage control again like a dummy, and it exposed her
You
even more.
can't burn a pizza and then flip it around and try and just cook the other side.
That's
dummy.
right. And say, here, eat it on this side. That's fine. She tweeted from the Amore account, just so you know. She tweeted, just so you know, my account's been hacked over the weekend. No apostrophe on
the
S,
accounts.
and probably should have said had been.
The account's been hacked.
They must have removed the key.
The apostrophe key from the keyboard?
Yeah.
That got removed too.
Okay. And then someone called her on it, which I love. He tweeted, nice to see the racist KKK hackers advertise your pizzas for you on both Saturday and Sunday. whilst you were hacked by
Hey,
them.
man, they understand. You got to get the racist message out, and then you got to get the pizza in the oven.
So look, if you are claiming to be hacked over the weekend about something, you can't also tweet out normal things.
You can't.
They can't hack you, then unhack you, then hack you again.
That's right.
There's an issue. And so then...
I mean, if they hack you, unhack you, and hack you again, that's amore.
Hey, I cut you here. So Roland then admitted that it was she who put those remarks out into the social media.
Of course you admitted it.
So
I love
you
that she
did it.
admitted it.
Yeah, and it was also made worse by the fact that you didn't own up to it
And tried to put it on somebody else.
and then you admitted it. All this really just to stand up to a Black Lives Matter
to the
movement.
evil Black Lives Matter.
Out of what? Out of what? Fear that your place is going to get damaged? It's you damaged your own place.
You emotionally looted your own restaurant. You took away whatever emotional, carry good favor you had with the town.
And that's it, right? That's all she did. She couldn't have possibly made it worse.
I think that's it. Are we done?
She then said, I didn't realize social media was such a dangerous thing.
Really? That's pretty dangerous.
People
right
are
now.
out of order. It was just a bit of banter.
Was it a bit of banter?
It was nothing serious.
Okay.
I was joking. Okay, we got to unwrap this.
First of all, I was joking. If you're not a comedian, you definitely can joke, but if it involves your business and involves something else where people don't know and have never seen you joking in that context, you can't do it.
Okay.
You can joke with your friends.
And you didn't realize that social media was such a dangerous thing, and yet you went on social media to try and get other people to dress up as Ku Klux Klan to intimidate other people.
So you were trying to
use it as a dangerous thing. You didn't realize that it was a dangerous thing, but you hoped.
Yeah.
Well, it came out that way.
You weren't joking. That's not a joke. And by the way, it's like
banter. If it's not a joke, and it's not banter.
It's like when the president's like, I was just joking about testing. No, you weren't. No, you weren't about stopping testing people.
No, you weren't.
That's not a. First of all,
It's not a joke. Second of all, you didn't bring it up as a joke. If you say it's banter, then she could have said something like, I've got a mind to dress up as a KKK Grand Wizard just to protect my pizza place from looters. Anyone with me? That's at least approaching a joke or banter.
It's dumb banter.
That's exaggeration.
It's dumb banter. But
hers was a call to action, and you know it.
The soccer ball don't lie,
and no one's buying it. No one's buying it. Just
the
like no one's going to be.
Don't lie.
No one's going to be buying your pizza anymore at Amore Pizza. That's it. Unless
you want it to be a whites only pizza place, then fine.
She's probably so racist. I'm going to tell you this, Rand. She probably doesn't even have tomato sauce in the store. All the pizzas are just white pizzas.
White pizzas,
like a Syracuse white.
Yep.
Syracuse white cheese only.
Cheese only. White Syracuse actually is spicy. I have to.
That is spicy.
Yeah,
but that's just a cheesy pizza. All right. Look, you're going to put it out there. You're going to try and backtrack and say you weren't doing what you thought you were doing. It's one thing to say something stupid and racist on the internet. It's another thing to backtrack and say that's not what I was doing, even though we all know that's exactly what you were doing.
Because what it then assumes is that you, just by you putting it out there and hoping people will buy it, you assume that everyone else is as stupid as you. But we're not.
We're not.
Stick to the pizza, stick to the crust, and I'm going to guarantee you that pizza sucks.
Yeah,
I bet this is the type of pizza that you just that there is there's 11% love put into that pizza.
I could easily see. By the way, I'm just saying this. It could be in an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm. There is someone who is, I don't know if this has already been done, but someone who is a known racist but makes an unbelievable pizza. And Larry's obsessed with it.
Yep.
And doesn't know what to do and has a
So you're
dilemma.
saying this could be really good pizza.
It could be good pizzas, but I'm assuming it's not.
Yep.
I'm going to assume it's not in this case.
If you put half the care you put into making this ridiculous tweet and this call to arms for the Ku Klux Klan, and it's Clue.
It should be Clue.
Get a clue. Get a Ku Klux Klan about what you're doing, all right? And don't do it anymore. All right, that's our show, guys.
There you go.
Punch water faucet, wash your hands, stay connected, stay protected,
don't get infected. And we're out. We'll see you tomorrow.
La-ti-da, la-ti-da-ti-da-ti-da, la-ti-da-da-da.